Hey guys, welcome back to Economics. Previous video, we looked at price elasticity of demand, just moving from the middle point here to another point on the curve. That price elasticity we saw was minus of demand is -1. Okay, now we want to move from this second point to a third point and see that it's not always going to be -1. Okay, let me clean up the mess here. A lot of all this stuff. Okay. Okay, so this is the demand curve, right? Okay, so I'm gonna just make a copy of this sheet and we'll look at the. So here, before previously here we moved from this point and we ended up here, okay, to this point. Okay, and that's the previous one. Okay, so we move from here to here. Okay. Now we're going to move from the 70 quantity to say 80. Okay. So so now our start is going to be here at 70 and we're going to end at 80. Okay. Okay, so that will be the change. So the starting quantity, I'm gonna just change it here. Uh Quantity original here, 70, change to 70. And it's gonna go to 80. Okay. So the change is 10. Okay. So we're going to go from this dot to here, okay? So the change from here to here is plus 10, okay? And that can be seen here, okay? Here, this is your plus 10. Okay, then for the price, the original price was, we're going to change that too because the original price. Oh, okay, right. So when we change the quantity, actually this price should be a formula, right? Let me so see. This price must be equal to the intercept plus the slope times the original price. So 30. Okay. So so that's going to change right from 70 30. It's going to change to 80 20. Okay. 80 20. Okay, so it is calculated here 20. So you see the as since you have a higher quantity now, that the change that you have, right, from before, it's not going to be uh, proportional, right, because you have a higher base. Before we changed by 20 from 50 to 70. Okay, maybe I shouldn't use 80. Maybe I should use 90. Okay. Just to keep the change the same, right? So from 70 to 90. So it changed by 20, okay. So it changed by 20. So let's just change by 20. Oh, this is so fat. Okay. So here it changed by 20 again to 90. And obviously since it's a linear slope, the absolute terms, it's gonna drop by 20 as well. The, you know. I mean, in absolute terms, it's also going to drop by 20, but this 20 is now from the point of 30, not 50, right? So this is a smaller denominator here. So your 20 is going to be a bigger proportion. That's why your change in price is now minus 66%. Okay, so and then your change in quantity is okay. Look at this. I'm gonna make this big. Right. Your change in prices, this drop represents, uh, is different. The previous one, previously when the price dropped by 20, it represented 40% of, right? It represented a 40% change, and a 40% change in your quantity demanded resulted in a 40% drop in the price. Okay, so percentage wise, same proportion, that's why you got -1. But now your you drop by 20 again, the same absolute amount, right? It's off the base of uh it's off the base of 30, right? Your base here, your original price here is 30. That's why your 20 makes a bigger part of uh, the drop of 20 is a big part of the lower base of 30s. That's why your it's a negative 67% change in price. Okay. So when you put all that together, and then you have a bigger percentage drop in price, and then you also have a smaller, before it was 40-40. So now it's like uh you have a 29% increase in quantity. Your increment is now smaller because you started from the base of 70 for the quantity demanded, right? So proportionate, even though the absolute changes is the same, 20 before and 20 after, it's now proportionally you're moving from a different base, right? You're moving from this green, this this point to this point, right? Okay, so this was 0, point 0, point 1, point 2. From point 1 to point 2, it's different. Even though the absolute amounts are the same, the base is different already. So when that happens, your percentage change is not the same. So what happens to previously we had a price elasticity of demand of -1. Now we have a price elasticity of -0.43. Okay, so that's different. That's this number here. Okay, because you're taking a smaller percentage change in quantity divided by a larger percentage change magnitude-wise, a larger uh, percentage change in in price. Okay, so your less your number is from -1 to -0.43. So magnitude wise is smaller, right? Smaller magnitude. So the elasticity actually is less. The negative sign tells you the the direction, but it's less elastic. I guess your how sensitive is, you know, as the price gets cheaper, you want to buy more of the stuff. But after that, it gets cheaper again by the same amount. Your your quantity demanded is actually less. It's not so. I mean, absolute amount you still increase by 20, but proportionately to what the change, the percentage change in quantity demanded is smaller. So it's like saying when it gets cheaper and cheaper, yeah, you more of the good is demanded, but the impact is smaller because you know the increment percentage wise becomes smaller, right? So it's cheap. It's like how much more of it are you gonna buy? Uh, yeah, I think so. All right. I mean, if I'm wrong somewhere, please leave something in the comments. Okay.